All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone on Zoom hear me? Maybe give like put it in the chat if you can hear me. Just checking. Yes, excellent. Thank you, Crystal. And thank you, Brittany. All right. So welcome everyone to the Laboring with Hope film screening and reflection. My name is Dr. Rachel Berkowitz. I am an assistant professor with the Department of Public Health and Rec, and I am honored to be moderating this event, which is supported by the SJSU King Library, San Jose Public Library, SJSU Black Leadership and Opportunity Center, SJSU Department of Public Health and Rec, with access to this incredible film provided by the network of the National Library of Medicine Region 5. And we are hosting this screening in honor of Black Maternal Health Week. So we are thrilled that you are here. Oops. So we'll do a bit of an introduction and some grounding context. Then we will screen the film, Laboring with Hope. It's about 29 minutes long. And then afterwards, we'll have some space for some hybrid reflection with those of you joining over Zoom, engaging with us over Jamboard, and then hopefully if we have folks joining us in the room, able to interact live. And then we'll just kind of close out with some additional reflection on, what does this mean for California? What does this mean for going forward as we're kind of continuing today? And so for a little bit of intro to me, as I mentioned, I'm with the Department of Public Health and Rec, and my research focuses on understanding and addressing the ways in which structures, systems, and places create and perpetuate health inequities, which are unjust and preventable differences in health outcomes. And I've had a focus on inequities in birth outcomes and birthing person outcomes throughout my career. So I'm honored to be kind of holding space with you all today. And I just want to acknowledge with a content warning that both in our kind of grounding context, as well as with the film and in our reflection and going forward, there are going to be some difficult discussions and comments on racism, historical and contemporary trauma, and death of loved ones, including birthing people and infants. So please just take care of yourself throughout this experience. So to start us off, what is Black Maternal Health Week? And this is actually the 6th annual Black Maternal Health Week. The theme of this year's Black Maternal Health Week is Our Bodies Belong to Us, Restoring Black Autonomy and Joy. And founded by the Black Mamas Matter Alliance, Black Maternal Health Week is a week of awareness, activism, and community building aimed at amplifying the voices of Black mamas and centering the values and traditions of the reproductive and birth justice movements, which is held annually in April during National Minority Health Month, and above all is dedicated to educating and advocating for Black mamas. And the Black Mamas Matter Alliance is a Black woman-led cross-sectoral alliance that centers Black mamas and birthing people to advocate, drive research, build power, and shift culture for Black maternal health rights, and justice. And just to note, the Alliance uses the terminology Black mamas very deliberately as something inclusive of all birthing persons that are people of African descent from across the diaspora. And this is, we've been thrilled to have the opportunity to host what we believe might be some of like the first time SJSU, at least that we know of, has honored Black Maternal Health Week in this way. As this partnership with the King Library, the Public Library, and the Department of Public Health, we have these 3 events. And of course, you can check out the QR code for additional information for our events tomorrow and on the 17th. And also check out the amazing library resource guide, which will stay up after Black Maternal Health Week 2023 concludes with just a tremendous amount of resources and information for you. So what is the film we're screening that you're going to see very shortly? It's called Laboring with Hope and was produced in 2019. It is a short documentary about loss, grief, and hope for change. Oh, thank you, Adriana. And the hope for change. And the documentary provides the backdrop for improving health outcomes for Black women. And it was created by 6 Dimensions LLC, which is a woman-owned, minority-owned public health research, development, and practice agency focused on supporting better health outcomes for all people and communities by creating strategies that address systemic inequities. And so before we dive into the film itself, we wanted to offer some grounding context for kind of key ideas and frameworks that are embedded in the film you're going to see and really are foundational to the reproductive justice movement and the movement to address racial inequities in Black birthing persons' outcomes, as well as Black birth outcomes for Black individuals and marginalized communities in the US. And so this short video was created by the organization In Our Own Voice, the National Black Women's Reproductive Justice Agenda, which is a national state partnership focused on lifting up voices of Black women leaders at national and regional levels in the fight for reproductive justice. So this is going to share what is reproductive justice.